Welcome to the Coast to Coast podcast, brought to you by Play Picks and the Lines, coming to you from the West Coast. Josh Lander, joined by my guy Nate Weitzer on the East Coast. And it's time for that player props video we love to bring you each and every weekday. We are going to give you a gift card opportunity in this one, so make sure you are liked and subscribed to the page so you're eligible to win that gift card by jumping into the comments and letting us know this player prop total you think that we'll give you here in just a minute. As many people who guess that correctly are the amount of people that we will give a gift card out to. So make sure you check that out. And as always, make sure if you do still need a FanDuel or DraftKings account, head to fdpicks.com or dkpicks.com and find those listings in your area, such as what we've got for tonight's play props. Nate, let's get into it.
Yeah, and let's first get into recapping the MVP odds table because we've seen some big movement. Kevin Durant was second all year. He's down to now plus 2,400. He's out with that knee sprain. Right now, it's Curry at FanDuel plus 180, Giannis plus 360, then Jokic plus 500, and Joel Embiid at plus 850. Yet anybody who knows anything about basketball ranks Jokic and Embiid above those other two guys. I guess we're just going by straight record. But in any case, Joel Embiid right now is the MVP over the last few weeks. Slight edge over Jokic, and that's going to influence his performance tonight on Wednesday when they both had really impressive performances. Embiid went for 50 points and 12 rebounds in just 27 minutes against Orlando, which is, Wilt Chamberlain territory there. And while Jokic went for a third straight triple-double and led the Nuggets to a comeback win over these Lakers, 49, 14, and 10 was his line. So now Embiid gets to face the Lakers. It's going to be in his mind to say, I got to put up similar numbers if I want to still be the MVP. And that is something he certainly cares about. And putting up 31 has been something he's done with regularity in 11 of his last 12 games, averaging nearly 34 points per game on a league high 40% usage rate. The Sixers have very few other options. Seth Curry is day-to-day right now. Danny Green also questionable, so they're going to continue to feed their MVP, and the way he's playing is it's just beautiful to watch. There's this overlay of him making the same moves that Kobe and MJ used to make. I mean, you look at him like Olajuwon, but he's making these moves off the dribble, hitting fadeaways from 18, 20 feet away. You can't do anything with him, and the Clippers have had no success against Joel Embiid, who's averaged 32 points per game, 14.5 rebounds per game on a 38% usage in 6 career meetings. In his last meeting, he scored 38. He got 18 free throw attempts, and Tyronn Lue benched Ivica Zubac pretty quickly, as we've seen a few times now when they play these all-star centers. So it's not like they have an option to try and contain Embiid. I'm just going to keep it simple and say over 30.5 points right now for the MVP frontrunner.
Yeah, real quick, you meant the Clippers. I said the Lakers a couple of times, but yeah, either way, the LA team that he's playing against tonight is one that is the third worst in terms of defending the paint and giving up opponents points in the paint. The Magic, who he just dropped 50 and 27 points, are actually seventh best in terms of defensive their paint defense. So it doesn't matter who he's going up against right now. If Wilt Chamberlain is not guarding him or Bill Russell's not there to guard him, Joel Embiid is getting over 30 points right now. To your point, he does this over a couple stretches of 10 or so games a season where you're just like, oh, right, top 3 player in the NBA because he's so big and skilled that you can't touch him. And oh, by the way, now he has a slight fadeaway 15-foot jumper to add to his repertoire. It's really, really incredible to watch right now. Just hope the big man can stay healthy. Last year, we told you at around this time, Embiid or Jokic once again, take one of them. Joker won it because Embiid got hurt down the stretch. But if Embiid, for the first time, can just stay healthy down the stretch a little bit, we've got an MVP in his future for sure. So 30.5 tonight against a really, really bad defensive, down low defensive team in the Clippers. Love that for Embiid. Kind of wish we would have took him the other night, but either way, plenty to choose from tonight. So, we're talking about the MVP race here between Joker and Embiid. So why don't we have some fun with the gift card prop that we're offering tonight, Nate? Let's go ahead and make it points, rebounds, and assists for both Joker and Embiid in their respective games tonight. We're not talking about Joker's prop necessarily in this one, but we love Embiid and we want to talk about what the two of them will do. So let's have some fun. Make it points, rebounds, and assists combined for both these guys. Probably want to guess somewhere in the 80s, 90s, and if you think both of them can get above 50, obviously then maybe 100. But I'm probably looking at a low 90s guess here. Mid to high 40s for both of these guys tonight with their points and rebounds. Easily throw the assists in there, and yeah, we could get to 100. So especially with Joker dropping all those assists. But let us know what you think. You do need to be eligible. You do need to be liked and subscribed to the page in order to be eligible to win it. But let us know, and we'll get that out to you as we have some fun with a really, really high player prop total for tonight. Moving on to another guy, and I'm taking his points, rebounds, and assists in this one. That's Kyrie Irving, who we have been targeting as of late, because if Kyrie's going to be on the floor, we know it's like having a guy who is going to always have extra rest and who will always leave it all on the floor in any game that he's playing, because he knows he's probably not playing the next one, as is the case in this one, where they have a home game afterwards. So, I would say Kyrie tonight, his points, they're up a little bit in terms of the prop, 25.5 points, which I'm also not scared of, but I love the ancillary stats as well, as he's been dropping those a ton. And I do think that playmaking for him is going to be crucial tonight as well against the Spurs. In his last two games, as he's really becoming into incredible form, 28 points, 5 boards, and 8 assists on 54-36 splits there. He's getting 39 minutes a game, as I said, no worry about his stamina or anything like that at this point, and a 30% usage rate this season when he's not playing alongside KD. And so, that's exactly where we're at nowadays. He likes playing against the Spurs, at least in, the last time out. He's only played them once actually in the last couple seasons, but he went up for 27 and 7 and 6 in about 30 minutes there. And then, as far as the Spurs go on defense, they don't do that at home in terms of playing defense. And then they're also really bad against opposing point guards, and they allow opposing point guards to get, they're in the bottom 5 anyway, in terms of allowing the opposing point guards to get points and rebounds, and then they're bottom 10 in allowing point guards to get assists. So it's a pretty good matchup for Kyrie tonight, who continues to cook and have the ball in his hands just as much, if not almost as much, if not just as much as James Harden. Those 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists feel like a really good bet for Kyrie tonight.
Yeah, I'm with it. The odds aren't great for the PRA, and I think they're a little bit better for his straight up points, 25.5, which to me seems even safer, just because he's such a bucket, and you never know with assists. We had somebody ask on Twitter, do I just take the Chris Paul assist straight up, which smashed, in fact, last night, but it is a little bit tougher to predict than points, and to say like, oh, what he does against this specific team is going to work scoring the basketball, because assists depend on, is the other guy going to make a shot? Of course. Kyrie and Harden, I think, are both going to get over 25.5 points tonight. And if you think they're both going to get over 30, you can get plus 600 at DraftKings for that special. Maybe you can get slightly worse odds for them both to go over 25 when you use that player prop parlay tool that we can bust out on at FanDuel if you have that there. One under we are going to take, though, and hopefully it doesn't come back around at some point, because I think we've done it twice in a row here with Trae Young facing Miami, but his props are about the same as when he faces any other team. Granted, he's coming off a huge line against Minnesota in a total smash spot, with Minnesota on the road and on a back-to-back too. Against Miami, he does not put up numbers at all. His prop is still at 28.5 points, and the under is minus 116. I would actually like the odds better at under 41.5 points, rebounds, assists, near even money, because he's not putting up a lot against Miami. 20 points per game, 8 assists, 3.7 rebounds. So that's about 10 short of your PRA. In his career, he's gone over 24 points just once in 11 career meetings with Miami. Josh has mentioned in other episodes, Kyle Lowry does a great job on him individually. And now Kyle Lowry with Miami in both meetings this season has helped contain Trae. Usually he averages 28 and 9 at home, but yeah, his offensive rating is 116 in those games, whereas it's 106 when he plays Miami in his career. And then you look at Clint Capella, questionable with the ankle tonight. When Capella's out, or if he's diminished, and he's going up against Bam Adebayo, when he's out, Trae, his points go from 28.3 to 25.7. He averages 1 fewer assists per game. And the Atlanta Hawks as a team score 5 points per game fewer. In fact, in their last 5 against Miami, they're scoring just 104 points per game with 23 assists and 16 turnovers. So it just doesn't spell a lot of production for Trae as he looks to carry his team in a tough spot here against a surging Heat team.
Yeah, I'm not going to be scared of continuing to target Trae's unders against Miami. I don't think we'll continue this plan or strategy when Trae Young's playing pretty much anybody else in the NBA right now. But yeah, when he's going up against Miami, I mean, we keep finding it, and they keep making those totals way too high. He's not getting 30 points tonight, I don't think. So he could get the 9 or 10 assists, but still short of 30. If he's getting 20, 25 points and 10 assists, I don't think I feel great about taking the under on that 41.5, where he would then need seven boards or so to cover. So I think any way you look at this, it's not a good matchup for Trae, and we'll continue to just follow the numbers, which tell us, yeah, he did really well against other teams, and he can't play, he can't score nearly as much or be as effective against Miami and Kyle Lowry. And as you mentioned, with a slightly hobbled or not playing Clint Capella tonight. So last one for me here, Nate, I'm looking at Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. on the Grizz there as they are taking on the Nuggets. And his points and rebounds sits at about 24.5 right now at minus 110 on FanDuel. You can target Triple J, regardless of even if when other guys are playing. But tonight they do have, no Desmond Bane, no slow-mo Kyle Anderson or Dylan Brooks still out. So when Bane is playing without those guys, he's averaging 20 points a game with his usage rate up to about 28%. Without slow-mo, especially Kyle Anderson there, his offensive rating jumps from 103 to 111 as, Kyle Anderson takes up too many similar spots on the floor for what Triple J is looking to do by using his versatility against bigger guys and then and his strength against littler guys. I think that spells a lot for him tonight in terms of getting a lot of those, not only those points, but the rebounds as well. As we mentioned, slow-mo really gets in the way for him. In his last 7, Jaren Jackson Jr. averaging 19 and 8. He actually topped out those totals with 29 and 9 boards against Milwaukee the other night in a bad loss for them, but still he came to play. And in his last meeting with Denver, really good numbers as well: 22 points, 8 boards, and over 30 minutes in that one. So you have to feel pretty good about him in a matchup where he's not going to be guarded by the Joker. And I feel like there's not really much for him on the other side. Aaron Gordon also still a little bit hobbled. Probably, their best defender, but there's too many guys on the floor that need to be stopped to where I think Triple J will have the opportunity to get some threes up and get some points against some guys that are smaller than him tonight. Yeah,
and his props, as you didn't mention necessarily, are pretty low at 18.5 points or 24.5 points rebounds. Would you like even more? Considering what he's averaging, 27 points and rebounds lately. And the way Denver's been playing lately with the top offensive rating in the NBA, their pace, which was dead last, is up to 19th. And Memphis is playing at the top pace in their last 4 games here. But their offense is struggling. And it's really just been without Desmond Bane, it's been a lot of Ja Morant playing pick and pop with Triple J. His usage rate is up. So I think he's going to continue to be the partner for Ja tonight. And that's why we prefer targeting him over, one of the more high profile guys in terms of Ja or Jokic in this matchup, which is going to be pretty high scoring. The total continues to creep up, and it's certainly going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. I'm definitely watching it. Triple J is turning into a really good player. I'm still waiting for him to break out, hit another level, and I think he will at some point soon. And this is a good game to target with a bunch of guys out, a bunch of important offensive guys out for Memphis tonight. So anyway, that is all the time we have for you in this one. Do like and subscribe to that page. The gift card opportunity is a fun one tonight. Joel Embiid's points, rebounds, and assists combined with Nikola Jokic's points, rebounds, and assists. So make sure you jump into the comments. Let us know what you think there. We'll look to stay hot and well above 500 since 2022 with these player props tonight. So until we see you next, happy betting.